Hi, I'm Lee. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm here with another update on navigating cancer. So tomorrow is day 1 of chemo, and quite frankly, I'm terrified. I have been spending the last week and a half trying to navigate with gentleness what this means, and trying to hold space for all of the emotions I have. And I don't because I don't know. I've had people say, "Oh, it'll be just fine," and you know what? They might be right. It might be just fine. My body might handle all of these poisons they're gonna put in me. I am young. I am healthy. According to, the typical demographic of people with colon cancer, I am young and I am healthy. But there's no guarantee. There's no certainty. Some people breeze through chemotherapy, and some people are devastated by it. Some people have a little nausea, and some people are wildly ill. Some people have mild symptoms, and some people lose sensation in their fingers and in their feet, sometimes just during chemo and sometimes for their whole lives. I might experience a lot of pain. I might be tired all the time. I might lose a lot of the strength that I've known myself to have, and I know in my last video I talked about how, I might not be the same strong person that I knew myself to be before. And who am I if I'm not strong? And I'm learning to grapple with, who I am going through chemo and who I am on the other side of chemo may be very different. And I am trying to hold space for whatever that is. And, it's kind of like grieving a loss. It's like grieving a death, but not even knowing what the death is yet. I think about, it's just, I think about the difference between an expected, a loved one is old and they're nearing death, and you can kind of prepare for it and you see it coming and you know what to expect and you can process, and there's time, and then there's the unexpected deaths, like when I lost my dad 10 years ago, and you can't prepare for it, and it's just in the moment, and there's a component of that happening here. But then also, there's also the component of this isn't a death. This is me living into something that I can't see, and I can't prepare for, and I can't know what tomorrow is going to be like, and I can't know what the next 2 weeks is going to be like in the first cycle of chemo, because they say oftentimes, that unless I have an immediate reaction, which is less likely, that the effects of the chemo are going to happen after I'm done with all the infusion and I've gone home, and it's just processing through and processing out of my body. That's when I will start really feeling sick and really feeling the weight of it as my body is trying to process it out, and it's gonna suck, but I don't know how much. And so I can't even mentally prepare myself for what I have coming. And And it's really scary. You know, I look back to when I ignorantly would see pictures of relatives or distant, you know, Facebook connections who were navigating cancer in their own way, and they would post a picture from the hospital of, like, you know, finished chemotherapy, or, you know, like, whatever their status was, and I would think, wow, that's, you know, rough. I just had no idea what the journey is like, and what they had to face going into it and going through it. And I had no idea that the journey is so uniquely different for every individual. Like, there's so many different types of cancer. It's not just like, you have cancer, here's chemotherapy. Like, cancer is like curry. Like, curry is just a blend of spices, and it's any combination. It's many combinations of spices. Like, there's not just a cancer, there's many types of cancer. And so there's not just a chemotherapy. Like, chemotherapy is not the drug. Chemotherapy is a blend of a bunch of different drugs, and they're each targeted to a specific type of cancer. And there's hundreds of, I don't know how many, I'm throwing a number out there, many different types of cancer. And many different types of mutations from different types of cancer. And so there are many, many different types of chemotherapy and other treatments, and immunotherapy and radiation therapy and surgery, right? Like so many different ways that we go about addressing it. And because there are so many different ways, and everybody is different, like, the way that each person responds is going to be totally different. So looking at, you know, these Facebook friends and connections and family members who have gone through some type of cancer and treatment, their experience is their own, and mine is going to be my own. And as someone who used to pride myself as being like the Girl Scout in my group of friends or in my family, like, always come prepared. I'd have my bag, and I'd have like a little pack of like all the over-the-counter, like, you need an Advil, you need a Tylenol, you need a whatever, I've got it all here. And like, I've got tissues, and I've got hand wipes, and I've got, you know, Band-Aids, and I've got a water bottle, and I've got a protein bar. And, you know, I was always prepared. I always had whatever I needed on hand, ready to go, to make sure everyone was okay. And I'm walking into a space tomorrow where I don't know what I'm gonna need. And I know I'm gonna have nurses and doctors and people who they will know what I will need. But also, cancer and chemotherapy sucks. And there isn't a way to just make it okay. It's a poison that's meant to kill cancer. And it also kills your body, but it kills the cancer faster. And there's no gentle way to make it not kill your body. And so I'm just sitting in the space of that reality and that fear, and trying to be gentle with myself, and not get down on myself for being afraid, and not get down on myself for feeling overwhelmed. And I've had so many good conversations this past week with friends and mentors and just beautiful humans who have shared time with me and connected with me all around the globe. And some things that have really stuck with me is just like, again, continuing to be gentle with myself and to hold space for any possibility, and that no emotion that I'm having is a wrong one, that it's okay to be scared. It's appropriate, and it's okay to cry, and crying is how I can process a lot of these really difficult emotions and fears and soothe myself. And also I just want to acknowledge, like, the part of the reason I'm making these videos is because I know I'm not the only person out there dealing with this. I know I'm not alone in this. I know some of you are watching because you care about me and you want to know how I'm doing, but I also know some of you are watching because you're going through something too. Maybe it's cancer, or maybe it's some other really hard thing, and I want you to know I see you, even if I don't know you. Like, I'm here, and you're not alone. Like, life throws us things sometimes that feel overwhelming, and we can't know it's coming, and we don't always have the answers, and we can't always be prepared. And I'm here with you, and you're not alone. Until next time.